días. Mi nombre es Dasha. Yo tengo 7 años. Welcome to my second quarter milestone review. This for the red. Going to play the piano perfect, but not the full song, only a part of it. And I'm Dasha, by the way. So, and I'm gonna sing. Hi, I am Dasha, and then I'm going to tell you the story of brave Queen Esther. So, let's start. Once there was a powerful king in the Persian Empire. His name was King Xerxes, and the Persian Empire was the biggest empire you could ever see. If they wanted to take your land, they just take it. So, they're so powerful. Now, King Xerxes had a very beautiful wife. Her name was Queen Vashti. One night, King Xerxes had a party with his friends. He wanted to show his beautiful wife off to his friends. And then he knocked on her door and told to her, "Come out," he said. "No," Queen Vashti responded. King Xerxes was angry because of this. King Xerxes had a bad temper. Yep, a bad temper. That means he gets angry easily. When Queen Vashti went out of her room, he told her that she wasn't his queen anymore, and took her out of his palace. His servants, you need a new queen, an even better queen, his servants told him. And King Xerxes searched in the whole Persian Empire, and then he found Esther. Esther was a Jew. A Jew is, remember when Israel split in two? The west side of Israel was just called Israel, and the south side was called Judah. And the people from Judah who were moved to the Persian Empire were called the Jews, like Queen Esther. King Xerxes didn't know that Esther was a Jew. But all he knew was he was very beautiful and kind. But he didn't know Esther was a Jew. She was an orphan girl. And her cousin Mordecai was also a Jew. And he's the one who raised her and took care of her. But King Xerxes did not know those. Mordecai was King Xerxes' other servant. He was working outside his palace. And then King Xerxes liked Esther very much. He even made her his new queen. Don't speak here. So, and Haman, every time he saw, this is Haman. It's the king's most trusted servant. Important servant. Okay, so, remember Mordecai? Every time Haman saw Mordecai, he insisted Mordecai to bow to him. Do you know anyone who wants to be the boss of everyone? Yep, Haman was that kind of person. So, Haman was so angry with Mordecai, he wanted to kill Mordecai. Oh no! Then he had an even worse idea. Why only kill Mordecai? Why not kill all the Jews in Persia? And remember Queen Esther was a Jew? No, that's terrible. Horrible. So, Haman wrote down his law and asked the king if he could apply this rule. Then the king didn't want to disappoint Haman, so he applied the rule by stamping it with his royal ring. He sealed it. He sealed it with his ring. He sealed it with his ring. Like that. See? Here. Not the stick. And then he stick it outside his palace where Mordecai was working. And when Mordecai saw this, he could not believe his eyes.
What's in there?
It's the new law. Inside that seat, the king stick it outside his palace where Mordecai worked. And then when Mordecai saw it, he could not believe his eyes. He showed the law to Esther, Queen Esther, like this. And then Esther was terrified. And then Mordecai said to her, maybe it's time for you. You have to go talk to the king. Esther was terrified. No one can enter the king's room without an invitation. Even if you were the queen, you would get killed if you did that. All the Jews will be killed. And Mordecai and Esther were Jews. And Mordecai said to her, it's time you have to talk to the king. Esther was terrified. No one can enter the king's room without an invitation. You'd get killed, even if you were the queen. Here. And then Mordecai said to her again, maybe you became queen to save the people of Israel. And then, first, Queen Esther invited King Xerxes to one banquet. Then the second one. On the second one, she gathered enough courage to tell King Xerxes about Haman's plan. And then Queen Esther said to King Xerxes, Someone is trying to kill my whole family and me. She cried. She said. King Xerxes was furious. Who would try to hurt his queen and her family? Esther pointed to Haman. Haman, she said. And then King Xerxes roared to Haman, What you will do to the Jews will be done to you. And then Haman was scared and looked, his face is sad. And then Haman was killed. Then that's the end of the story. And the message of the story is, even though you're afraid, you do it. Even when you're afraid, and even if you don't know what the purpose is, maybe God put you there to do what His will is, or maybe save your people too. Now, I am going to tell you the behavior of ants. This is an anthill. 2 worker ants and the queen. These white circles are the eggs. This is the top of the anthill. Goes down deep 2 meters below the ground. It just looks like the stings and tentacles of a jellyfish. A lot of them. So, let's talk about the ants' behavior. So, ants, they are so protective for their queen, so they can make a new colony every time. So, queen ants, you'll know the difference with the queen ants and worker ants. The queen ant is bigger than the worker ants, and the flight season of the queen ant is April. Just April and July. So then the queen ant lays more eggs than the worker ants, and she's the only one who has the wings. And did you know that one ant can carry 20 ants by itself without any help? And that it can carry an object that is 5 times bigger than itself. So, and to get the ants to get their food, if they need to get their food, they have to work hard. Like the Bible says, it's in Proverbs chapter 6 verse 6 to 8. Go to the ant, you sluggard. That it means that you just like follow the way of the ants. Get ready for winter and rainy days. Rainy days are just like the hard days you pass through. Like this pandemic, this coronavirus, a lot of people are getting sick, and also my mom and dad's friends are getting sick, but now they're getting better. And then me and my family, me and my sister stay in the house most of the times. Yeah, and the ants. The ants. The ants. Their colony is very big, bigger than a family. Okay. They had invaded Christmas Island and other parts of the world. I even see ants when we go out in the bricks, some of the bricks. And I even saw a small hole. The small hole means that's their home, the anthill. The anthill is impossibly small. It's just a small hill, enough for an ant to fit in. Ants go inside one by one, so they won't break the hole. And then inside, you heard me, it's like a jellyfish's sting. But it's tunnels, okay? Tunnels. Lots of tunnels. And the little ants, the eggs of the queen ant, are always in a different room, tunnel. In every end of the tunnel, you'll find one of the queen's egg. But she always puts them in the warm place where it won't catch a cold. They don't even need aircon conditions. So, that's all about ants' behavior. So in the social studies, we were instructed to make a family tree. And this one's mine. Okay. This is the mom and dad of my dad's parents. This one is my dad's parents, and this is the parents of his parents. And this, under my right side, is my mom's grandpa and grandpa, the parents of her parents, Lula Johnny and Lulu Fredo. And so now we're done with the grand and great parents. So we're now to my parents and their siblings. Let's start with my dad. Norvin, one. He was born first. That's my dad. And two is Leonor. Guess who's that? That's my dad's sister. And here, on the other hand, is 7 more siblings than here. Guess who? Jeline, that's mom's. And then, Janil, that's mom's sibling, and Jeline, and Jane, and this Wilfredo Jr., that is Tito Dot, and my mom was born 4th. And Josie, that's my mom's sister who was living with us. So, see, they're 8 altogether. 9. They're 9 altogether. So their mommy, will not count her, mom has 7 more siblings than daddy. Daddy only has 1 sibling, and mommy has 7. So look how much Lula Johnny and Lulu Fredo, how much they had to take care of these 8 little kids. 9 little kids. And then this one is so easy, it's only 2. So, and when we apply my mom and dad in maths, their siblings, like this. Dad's sibling is less than siblings than mom's siblings. Mom's siblings has greater than siblings than daddy's siblings. So that's how we apply it to math. Now, me and my sibling. That's me and my sister. Michaela Dasha. This is me. Yeah, that's my name. And Margaret Daniel. That's my sister's name. So, did you remember my dad and her sister? They are 2, and me and my sister are 2. So, we are equal together. So, thank you for watching. This is my family tree.
Ready?
Ready.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5 in the middle,
5,
6,
6,
slash, 7,
7,
8 in the chest,
8,
9 in the right chest,
9,
10 in the eye,
10,
11 in the right eye,
11.
12. Boom! That's the basic 12 basic strikes
Without
of
footwork.
Arnis. Huh?
Without footwork.
Without footwork.
Now let's try with the footwork.
And then the application is like this. We'll do the drill. So you know the drill? You'll still memorize it? So
Now you sneak it up.
this is the left feet. This is your left feet, right?
1,
Sit
2.
straight.
I got my V. Now we need a V in our feet like that. See that?
Yeah, invisible V.
Invisible. You have yours.
So are you ready?
Hold on.
It's gonna be entry 4.
Entry 4, yeah.
Yeah, entry 4. It should be temple, knee.
Okay.
Temple, chamber, knee. Temple, chamber. So we're in the chamber now. This is called chamber or clip.
Yeah.
Some said it's clip. This is chamber. Temple, chamber, knee. Again, temple, chamber, knee. And then we do it with the footwork. Okay. Temple, chamber,
Make it a
knee.
little faster.
And then switch. It should be 2 sticks.
This one. I like one.
2 sticks. Get the other one
Ow.
so that we can execute it nice. Sorry.
Sorry.
So where's your switch? This is your
Left.
left.
Yeah, this is left.
This is my left. Okay.
Yay.
The first chamber. Okay. This is the first step for the NG4 drill.
Mark,
So it's been
Ready.
it's
No.
chamber, temple, chamber.
after
knee.
Ate.
Chamber. Okay. Let's do the left
Make it
first.
a little faster, huh?
Yeah. It's your left hand. This one, huh?
Yeah, I'm not good at
Come
it.
on.
It's okay. Just temple, chamber, knee. Switch foot.
This
Temple,
one's faster.
knee. Switch foot. Temple, chamber, chamber on the other side. Knee. Chamber, temple, chamber, knee. Temple, chamber, knee. Footwork. Temple, chamber, knee. Temple, chamber, knee. Footwork. Temple, chamber, knee. Temple, temple, chamber, knee. 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 That's entry 4. Okay?